she punched me in the face and freaking, oh man, she stunned me for the first time. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna call police on you. And I couldn't call police, you know what I mean? So that's the analogy I had with weed, right? I was loving it, abusing it, and it punched me back. And weed, while used correctly, weed used correctly, when you use weed correctly as a medicine, it can be transcendent. It can be, I'm trying to get the right word for this. I have some good words in my repertoire, so I want to try them out. It can be ethereal. It can be enlightening. Yes, it can be enlightening. I mean, I'm Mexican, so you know what I mean? My accent gonna come out sometimes. But yes, it could be enlightening. It can be one more word, right? One more nice word, all right? I need a, I'm trying to, in case I get a girl from college, you know how they are, if you don't use big words, they're gonna think you dumb. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to use my repertoire, all right? I said ethereal, I said transcendent, I said enlightening about the plant, right? It could be enlightening, it can be transcendent, it can be ethereal, it can be medicinal. That's the word right there. It can be medicinal. It can really save you. It can have a healing effect, right? It has a healing effect, it does. But in 2020, right, it turned on me, man. I don't know if it was the vape or maybe the flowers they're making these days are so strong. Man, it turned on me. It went from giving me a relaxing day and making me feel, close to God, to giving me anxiety attacks. And man, I feel like I was gonna die. I would smoke the vape and I would try to eat my food, and I couldn't eat the food. My throat was closed up. It would close up my throat whenever I would smoke the vape. Yeah, whenever I would smoke the vape, it would close up my throat. And I couldn't eat. My mom would see me like, Raymond, you need to stop smoking the vape, man. You need to stop smoking the vape, son. My mom would tell me that. You need to stop smoking the vape. Look what it's doing to him. I couldn't eat my food. The vape would close up my throat. And it was real weed. It was real weed, man, from the dispensary. I ain't getting no fake, no nothing laced. It's just, smoking is not good for you, man. Smoking. You can see the side effects right there. It closed up my freaking vocal cords, and it was making it hard for me to breathe. That's what was happening there. That's one of the side effects of smoking weed. People say weed don't kill you. It could kill you. It could. It very much could, depending on the person. Close up your throat and you can't breathe no more and you die. Lack of oxygen to the brain. You could have a freaking heart attack or a stroke. But hey, those are the negative effects of it, right? There is another negative aspect to it. Not only health, which I just talked about. There's also an aspect of success. Now, I'm not saying if you smoke weed, you can't be successful. But to people like me, weed made me so lazy, or like, I guess you could say content. I'd be working at Amazon, and as long as I was smoking weed, I'm like, who cares? I'll stay here, smoke that weed, and just keep working at this job. Like, there would be other jobs, like in security or in the police or in the army, they would drug test me. And I would like back away from those high level opportunities because they would drug test me. Weed kept me from getting to the next level in my life. If I didn't give up the weed, I would have never made it to my next level in my career. I would have never grown up, in that aspect. So although weed was very beneficial and healing, right? And one aspect of my life journey from my 18 to 21-year-old self, I outgrew weed. And I don't think people talk about that as much. that you can outgrow weed. Your body can outgrow weed, or maybe weed is beneficial for one part of your life, right? But then there's another part of your life that you need to give the weed a break. And that's what I believe my 22 to 29 is, when I'm building, right? When I'm setting my career down. Weed I had to let it go. And God was telling me to let it go too. I don't know people believe different religions and different practices. I'm not here to force anything, but I'm going to tell you my story. God told me to quit the weed, and ever since then, it was hard. First off, I relapsed so many times. I relapsed, but I never gave up, because He never gave up on me. Even when I relapsed, God would remind me, hey, I love you, son. I'm still here for you. If you ever need my help, if you ever need peace, when you're too anxious, call on me. Jesus was like, call on me, and I'll give you a peace in the middle of the storm. And I appreciate God for that, man. I really do. That type of support, that type of fatherly love and support that I got from God when I was going through my weed addiction, it was so pivotal in me getting sober. In my sobriety, it really helped me out. That emotional support, that grace, that saving grace from Jesus, that forgiveness, that understanding of all my sins. And He forgave me, and He said, go and sin no more. And that process of going and sinning no more after God forgave me, it really helped me out. Now, was it pretty? No. I went through an ego death. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. I was in Florida training for my security class. I was supposed to stay clean, right? But hey, man, my boy Manny, he was in the class with me. He said, hey, man, you want to go to the car? Let's go smoke. I said, let's go smoke. Hey, weed's addicting, man. I told you, I'm not against weed. I'm against ignorance. I'm against failure, being a failure in smoking weed. There's a right way and a wrong way with weed, and there's a right time and a wrong time with weed. There's a right person and a wrong person with weed. Do you understand? That's my point. Clip that, yo. Clip that. Yup, clip that. Let me take a break real quick. Let me retract my thoughts. Let me finish off the video. Okay, so the right way, yeah, right. That was actually pretty fire. That was actually pretty fire. A pretty fire line, right? Well, yeah, that was pretty fire, y'all. Oh, baby, a triple. Okay, I'm gonna talk about my bad trips and my good trips, all right? That's what we're gonna finish out the video with. My bad trip while I was smoking weed. All right. Yeah, it was in Florida. I think I didn't smoke nothing laced, right? But I will say this weed was the strongest weed I've ever smoked. It felt like, oh man, Snoop Dogg level. Because when I smoked it, when I tell you, I went into sixth dimension, the seventh, not the seventh, right? But I was pretty much in the sixth dimension. I pretty much was. I was in the sixth dimension. Brother, I was like in the clouds talking to God. Like, hey God, well, how did I get this high? Oh man, no, it was unpleasant. It was scary. It was uncomfortable. I was in class too. The teacher could tell I was baked. Not even baked. I was high. I wasn't baked. I wasn't stoned. I was high. I was higher than the planes. The main point is I was dangerously high. I thought I was gonna die. I did. I had no water with me in the class. I forgot to bring some. My boy Manny offered to get me some water, and he did, but I drank that in like 1 minute. So I thought I was gonna die. I was getting my ego death. Like my ego was breaking apart slowly. By the minutes passing in the class, the teacher saying, "We're gonna take a test in 10 minutes, all right? So make sure you're paying attention." Knowing damn well, I had my head down so you couldn't look in my eyes. Long story short, to wrap the story up, right? I got a care package, like in Call of Duty, a helicopter dropped down. My brother, shout out Joel. He is the reason I'm alive, all right? He's the reason I'm alive. God bless him. Because if he didn't come with that water, I probably would have died. I know, I probably would have. I was dangerously high, I had no water. I was very worried. I was shivering, bro, shivering. You ever get high and shiver? Yeah, this thing shook me to my core. I went through my ego death. I told God, hey, I'm not gonna smoke no more. If you keep me alive, God, please, I won't smoke no more. And I prayed that prayer to Jesus, and thank God that he had mercy on me, and he said, all right, so sober him up, let's keep him alive. He's not gonna die tonight. And yeah, that was my bad trip. That bad trip is the reason I'm sober today. That's one of the reasons, one of the main reasons. I do not want to go back to the sixth dimension. I don't want to go back to the freaking Jupiter. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to be on Earth. I want to be calm, like right now. There's a calmness to sobriety. Of course, I'm fighting anger almost every day. I'm fighting anger. I'm fighting my battles of anger. But who isn't, Even when you're high, you still battle anger. But for me, it's manageable now, the anger. It's not anger turned into anxiety. It's anger that I can manage and use to further my career, to push me, to give me a drive to go and succeed in the world. When I was smoking away my feelings and smoking away my anger, it was just keeping me a loser. I wasn't doing anything to fix my life. I was just staying stagnant. That's just my story. I'm not saying everybody's the same. I'm just sharing my story. It didn't benefit me anymore, and that's just the point of the video. Use weed. Don't let weed use you. That's what it says in the Bible too. Like don't let anything use you. Use things. Don't let things use you. Don't let things become your master. Like weed is not evil. I know it's not, because I've used it, and it's really developed my character into a caring person, into a loving person, to a God-fearing person. So I know weed's not evil, but the point is, there's a right time to use it, and there's a wrong time to use it. There's a right place to use it, and there's a wrong place to use it. There's a right person that uses it, and there's a wrong person that uses it. That's the end of the video. Follow Ray Fonts Betting on YouTube. I appreciate y'all. All love, peace, and positivity. And yeah, follow the YouTube. Share these videos to other people that may need the message. Just the truth about weed. That's it. That's how I'm gonna name the video. The truth about weed.